What's up, you guys? Welcome back to Bry2J Presents. I'm your host, Bry2J, and today I'm presenting to you the MAFEX number 96 Tiger Stripe Wolverine. I've had this figure now for a solid week, as this was my final purchase of 2019. This figure is pretty awesome, but he does have some quirks, and I'll show you guys right now. So here's Wolverine, and I have to say, MAFEX did a pretty solid job with the figure all in all, but the major gripe that I have is the biceps. They do pop out a little simply when moving the figure around. They are marked R and L in case you do not know your right from your left, and they plug in, but it does take a little bit of force and a little bit of time and a lot of frustration. So, alright, this one went on actually pretty simply this time, and I'm shocked. But yeah, it happens with both arms, okay? So just be very wary of that. They do pop out pretty simply, when you're posing your figure around. But they go right back in, just again, with a little bit of force and a little bit of stress. But, it does go back. Now, as for the figure itself, I do love the metallic blue on the figure. I think that's a nice little touch. I think it's a little bit lighter than what we're used to. I definitely off other figures, but I forget if it was lighter blue on the cartoon. And I've been rewatching it on Disney Plus. You'd think I would remember, but I like it, and I think it looks really good. There is some darker yellow shade going down the muscles of this figure, but only certain parts, and that's really cool as well. I do like that the blue is actually sculpted in on the figure, and that's a nice piece of detailing as well. The belt came out really nice. It's just a simple red belt with the X sculpted and painted. The rivets for the claws also look really nice. They're also sculpted. Here's the back of the figure. The diaper part to this figure is actually a pliable material, so it's easier for posability. So you don't have to risk any breaking or snapping or whatever. Now, what I think is also really cool is that they hid the Marvel logo on the torso there. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but it does say Marvel. And then when you pose your figure, having them stand upright, the Marvel logo goes away. Hasbro taking lesson. So yeah, all in all, really solid figure. I do like the hairy arms. I think that's a cool little touch as well. So yeah, that's really cool. And I only wish they gave a 5 o'clock shadow for the face. That would have been a nice little detailing as well, but is what it is, right? But yeah, all in all, solid figure and detailing. And now let me move on to articulation. So let's talk about articulation. But first, I want to show you the neck peg. So this we've seen in the past. This is the bent peg to help with the head articulation. We've seen it with Spider-Man. I think we've seen it with Deadpool as well. I forget off the top of my head. Pretty sure though. Head snaps on really easy. This helps all the way back, right? So you get a really good range of motion there, and of course you can get chin to chest, which is awesome as well. The neck is on a separate piece, so you get all the range of motion you want for Wolverine. You can look up, down, left, right, and all the good stuff. The shoulder pads are on a back hinge, and so that helps so they don't fall off. He does have a nice butterfly swivel. They go up and down and then back and forth. The arms can go all the way around. The bicep does rotate. Just again, be careful when posing them around. The elbows are double jointed. Just go only about that far. Any more and you risk this whole thing sliding down again. Nice hinge and swivel for the wrists. He does have a really nice diaphragm crunch and back, but it takes a lot. This is one of those items I had to use a lot of WD-40 on to get that to not be as stuck. And then you do have rotation side to side. Of course, you have waist swivel, and then, you know, you can wiggle and, you know, use his belt like a hula hoop. The belt is actually glued to the back, but not the front. And it's also very soft. I already mentioned the vinyl-ish, you know, pliable material for the diaper. The legs do have drop down. There's a hidden thigh swivel in there as well. Double jointed knees. And then this, I had to use a lot of WD-40 on the boots. So the boots do rotate. You just have to really work at it. Although Unparalleled Universe got lucky and his boots were smooth right off the bat. Lucky bastard. Anyway, so he also has beautiful ankle rotation and toe hinge. And they also go up and down. So yeah, Wolverine has a lot of articulation. And it's great because, again, you want your figure to be articulated, especially somebody like Wolverine. Alright, now let me show you guys some accessories. So, Wolverine only comes with a handful of accessories, but it's okay because Wolverine is the weapon. First, you get this gridded teeth head, and I do like the exaggerated cowl. It looks really, really nice. Again, just really wish they had stubble. So yeah, this looks really good. And it goes on really, really simply. Again, just pop out, take this, pop on, done and done. So as for the other head, you have this guy here. And this is the nice, you know, unmasked head. There is some blue paint in the hair to give that comic book effect, and I think that's really cool. There's a debate going online. Who does this look like? Some people say Robert Pattinson. I say this looks like Elvis. You know? This really does look like Elvis Presley. But it's really cool of them to provide this unmasked head. And what's really awesome about this is that instead of just popping the head on, they give you this here. They give you the cowl. And this is really awesome of them to do that. And it's molded to fit just perfectly over the shoulder and on the neck. And all you do is just slide that down and press it. And then put the unmasked head on. Also snaps on really simply. And there you have it. There's Wolverine without his cowl on. And you can see it's nice and flush to the back. This looks really, really cool. I'm really satisfied with this. Now, for hands, you only get 2 extra sets of hands. So, default fists, you have these kind of relaxed, you know, you could like hold something. They're posed to be kind of anything hands, you know, and these look good and they're nicely sculpted as well. Try to get the detailing there. There we go. So yeah, you can see they're really nicely sculpted. And I do like the same metallic paint. And then, of course, Wolverine wouldn't be Wolverine without his claws. So, talking to Shartimus Prime, he said that these claws remind him of rakes. I could see that. It's definitely the exaggerated 90s version claws. Because, in reality, the claws should only be about as, you know, up to like the forearm there. You know? And just watch Robo's review on them. You'll see what I'm talking about. You know, claws only should go to here. But yeah, they do go on really nicely though, and I'm going to show you that. You just pop the hand off. The hands are really, really nicely, smoothly done when it comes to swapping. So that I like. So yeah, got that, and then here's the other one. And then they are. And let me just fix the shoulder pad. Actually, I'm going to put the gridded head on. A full-on Wolverine. Come on. There we are. So, yeah. And there you have Wolverine. Just in that really exaggerated 90s version. You know? The best line that he said in season 1 of the animated series was, as he's about to cut down a sentinel. Hey, Tin Woodsman, I'm sending you back to Oz. So, there you have it. You have a really nice Wolverine. And actually, let me fix the peg, because we get it to rotate. Right, let me get it to go up and down. And you guys know, just, take the hand off and rotate the peg, and then you can get it to go up and down versus right and left. And I think this looks really good. All right, I'm really satisfied, despite the small issues I have. All right, now let me show you guys some size comparisons. So I'm going to give you guys just some quick size comparisons. So I'm going to give you Wolverine next to a bunch of other action figures, both of himself and of different lines. So first, here's Wolverine next to his Mezco counterpart. And you can see that he's definitely shorter than the Mezco one. Here he is next to the Apocalypse Wave Wolverine. And you can see that this is definitely the shorter Wolverine. And also the yellow is darker. And then lastly for Wolverine, here he is next to probably my favorite figure of 2017. And that's the Revoltech Wolverine. So yeah, probably my favorite two Wolverines in my collection. So you can see he's definitely taller than the Revoltech one, but it's still a nice height. And same thing with the exaggerated claws. So yeah. Now, here he is next to the Mezco Cyclops. And I think that's a nice size comparison. And then I'm going to show you him next to Wade from MAFEX. I think that's a perfect size comparison. And then lastly, I'm going to show you him next to the Marvel Legends 2-pack Juggernaut. This I'm going to have to lift my camera just a little bit so you can see. That is perfect. So yeah, that's the size comparison that I wanted to really show you guys. I think it's hands down perfect. Alright, let me move Juggernaut out of the way. Alright, well that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I'm gonna head out. Thank you guys so much for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. You can, of course, find this video on InnerCityGeeks.com and coming soon to Bry2JPresents.com. That's right, I have a website now. Anyway, you can find me on social media, both Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.
That's crispy.